Hello, everybody. On this episode, movie recap. Doctor Strange. I watched this last week. Sometime. Can't remember exactly when. This is an excellent movie. This is an awesome movie. I guess I need to say spoilers, but it's a recap. Of course there's going to be spoilers. This is not a review. This is me just talking about how the show engaged me. And this show is really good. This movie is really good. Whatever you want to call it. It's all the same to me, whether it's an hour, or half an hour, or 5 hours of watching some story be told on TV. Anyway. Doctor Strange. So people were saying it's like Inception. Other than the fancy graphics, it's not like Inception. Inception is like a thought-provoking story about, how to manipulate people, which I love that movie, don't get me wrong. But this Doctor Strange is not that. Doctor Strange is a guy that's smart. He seems really smart, but he's arrogant. He's a bit of an asshole. And honestly, I love the opening scene of the Ancient One. Whatever. It's from the comics. I love that scene where they're battling and she shows off her skills and flexes her might, if you will. That was pretty good. That was cool. That definitely got me engaged. It was done well because it didn't feel like that opening scene was just thrown in there to make sure that you're interested in the movie. It felt like it belonged there. This is the beginning of the story. This bad character is waging war against these people, these mystics. Anyway, and then we go into the life and times of Doctor Strange, and he's an arrogant asshole. And then he's texting while driving, and he crashes his car. He wasn't texting, but he was he was trying to do medicine while driving down the road, which is like, really, you're trying to do that while you're driving down the road. But it was a little drawn out, that whole conversation. It's like, okay, I get it. He's an arrogant asshole. I'm getting to the point where I really hate this guy. It was close. It was really close to me. Just like, this guy needs to be shot. But he gets into the car accident. It destroys his hands. He throws a fit. His girlfriend, he almost... I was sure that she was pretty much done with him after that comment. But he goes on a journey to discover the mystics, because supposedly the mystics, I don't remember the name of the town that they're supposedly living in, but the mystics can heal his hands. And that story, those people, that philosophy, I love that stuff. It's kind of Buddhist. I'm not a Buddhist. Star Trek's my religion, but I don't like saying it's a religion, but it's my foundation. But Buddhism is pretty close to that way, or that philosophy. And this movie captures that stuff, that attitude, the way, that thought process. And they did a good job of conveying that atmosphere, conveying that perception or perspective. There you go, that's what I want to say. And Strange is like, I'm desperate, I really want to fix my hands, so I'm willing to put up with whatever crap you guys are going to do to me. And they bring him in, and she just like mind fucks him. And it's like, wow, talk about screwing with somebody that thinks they know everything. It's like, Oh, that was such an awesome scene. Oh, that was so good. And then first, they finally accept him and let him in and start training him, and he's being a little arrogant and snoopy and trying to figure stuff out. But I'm kind of saddened they didn't make the people that have been there for a long time very strong. It's like this guy that protects the library got taken down in like 5 seconds. And then, the guy that's protecting the library now is like clueless and not paying attention to anything. It's like, aren't you supposed to be like the guardian of this area? And then, so eventually he's good, and then he goes and to the New York place, which is another weirdly disappointing scene. It's like, again, there's a guardian there at New York, and he gets his ass handed to him in like 5 seconds. And it's like, and then Strange takes on 5 guys, I think it was 5, and he manages to survive the entire attack and capture the lead bad guy, sort of. And it's kind of like, really? This guy's been doing this for almost his whole life, and he got taken down in like 5 seconds, yet Strange was able to handle all these guys. And I mean, one could say that's his natural talent, and he's excellently skilled, and he's a fast learner, but yeah, it didn't seem like that. It seemed like he was stumbling around and getting lucky half the time. So that was a little weird. That was a little strange. No pun intended. But it was like, oh, okay, I guess I can sort of buy into that. Not really, but I'll buy into it. Sure. I mean, it was cool, and I do. Well, the special effects were cool. They were good. I really liked them. But they became a little redundant. It's like, okay, you can just do that. That's all you can do. The Ancient One is like a master, and she's doing all kinds of crazy stuff. But the rest of them are just like, okay, I just have this one thing. And it's like, okay, it would have been cool if they exercised a little bit more. But that's fine, whatever. But of course... So, he becomes that guy, and there's some entertaining moments, but I can't remember any of them off the top of my head for now. Him popping into the hospital, and she's like, what's going on? And he's dying practically, and then he pops out of the soul space into her face, and it's like, you better save me. That was kind of funny. But, it was good. I mean, it was definitely a good balance of humor and action and soulful storytelling, if you want to call it that. The whole Buddhist mentality, philosophy, that was pretty good. And then the whole conversation where the Ancient One is on the balcony dying in spirit form and talking to him, and it's like she tried over and over and over again to, fix... I mean, they could literally turn that into a TV show. Her trying to fix that point in time. Now, it was a little Matrix-y. It's like the Matrix. It's like, oh, you can't see past this point in time because you haven't figured it out yet. It was kind of like that. That conversation was kind of like that, and it was like, okay. But, I mean, it was good. It was a good conversation. That concept, that perspective felt fit really well within this story arc. And I don't follow the comics, so I have no clue. She tried everything she could possibly try to get past that moment, but inevitably it was her death. It was her death moment, and she couldn't find a way around it. So she had to find a successor, and Strange is that successor. And apparently she knew that because she could see the future. So that was a good conversation. I really liked that conversation. minus the Matrix can't see past this point reference was a little too blatant. But anyway, I don't know how you could word it better, but it was a little weird, stuck out. Yeah, I think that was it. That's pretty much it. And then, of course, the disappointing thing, well, I mean, they had the jokey first ending after the credits where Strange is talking to Thor and is like, why are you here with Loki? That's not cool. We're not cool with Loki being here. Well, we're looking for my dad. He's like, can I help you with that? Get this thing over with so you guys can go away. It's like, so that's probably the next movie, sadly. I mean, it's laid out in their timeline of movies releases, but which I think Black Panther is the next one. But if you stay for the longest of credits ever in the world, the clip at the very end, the black guy, his teacher, when he became or joined the group, the black guy is the bad guy, which I was disappointed. I like that guy. Well, I like that guy as an actor. He's been in some good stuff, and he has a good personality, whatever. I like that his vibes. But of course, he's the bad guy, so I can't root for him. That was crude, man. He just ripped that guy's ability to be a normal person. It's like, okay, that was uncalled for. All right. So anyway, really good movie. I really liked it. It's definitely worth checking out, worth watching. So thanks for watching this video. Until next time, later.